Hey everybody, it's Stan aka Vim Losses, and today we're doing another review here on Vim's Toy Box. Now today we're going to be taking a look at the Episode 1 Phantom Menace Obi-Wan Kenobi from SH Figuarts. Now this being an SH Figuarts, should be a pretty good figure. Everything is usually pretty well, but this is an older version. So just like we looked at Darth Maul and there are a couple things on there we didn't really enjoy. We'll see if this has any of those same issues. Hopefully not. So at the front you get the nice big package window where you can kind of see everything. It says Obi-Wan Kenobi from Tamashii Nations and Bandai. On the side you get where it says Star Wars, has their artwork, and then on the back you have some cool promotional photos and a bunch of things that I can't read, so I'm not even going to try to guess. Alright, so let's take them out of the box, take a look, and see what we got.
Get started.
Alright, and here he is all out of the box, and I gotta say, from the time I opened him to getting him like this, my pissed off level has gone from here to here. There's a lot of little frustrating things. He looks amazing. The articulation looks great. He looks like a really cool figure, but there's a lot of little things that are just annoying me so far. And it's been 5 minutes, and I'm already annoyed. I don't know. We'll take a closer look at the details, and you can kind of see where my frustrations lie and see where I'm getting at. But this could be an absolutely amazing figure, like the Mace Windu in this line, who is a really top-notch. This one looks great, feels great. A lot of little things that are going to piss you off. All right, let's take a closer look at the details. Alright, so going over some of the details, like I said, he looks fantastic. So a couple little things with the paint that are driving me nuts, but overall, he looks great. He's got a lot of nice layers and folds in here for his Jedi robes, his Jedi cloth robes, and those look great. He's got even a little two-tone, you know, so it's not just this beige color. So you got a little underlying laying here that's kind of the same color that's down here on the legs. Which is really cool to see. It just kind of helps break it up. But the sculpting detail is fantastic. You got all these great wrinkles, all these nice little folds, even in here on the back. Everything just lays really nice. Again, some really nice details on these pouches. They got little lines and stuff in here, and you see, you know, all these little pouches around the side, which I don't know what Jedis carry in those pouches. Does anybody know what they carry? Is it like a Tic Tac? Is it a some breath mints or rubber bands, something? I don't know. Anyway, but those all look great. Fantastic detail sculpted in here. Paint looks really good. Not a whole lot in the paint department on the clothes anyway. You got the light beige here, a little darker tone there, which kind of matches this. And then on the boots is a nice darker brown. But again, really nice detail with all these buckles and straps and everything going on. This material is really soft and thin. I like this. You know, so it's not cloth, but it's plastic, but it's a really, really thin plastic. See that? So that really helps get things out of the way. But overall on the body, he looks great. I like to see a little dirt on him, as always. You know, I don't like pure clean figures like they just came out of the laundry. But not too bad. He does look pretty good. Now up to the head, the face sculpt looks really nice. I really like that. What I don't like is this hair. It looks like somebody took some gold spray paint and just kind of went over this. Now I know they probably did it so you get like a glistening or a gleam or something, but it just looks really weird, especially when he's got the darker hairline here at the front and then the gold doesn't start till a little ways back. It looks way off to me. I don't understand it. Put some highlights in there, that's fine, but don't just like somebody took them and dipped them in a can of gold paint. I'm like, okay, here you go. But everything else, if you can kind of hide that, everything else looks really great. Eyes look nice, skin tone looks great, mouth looks great. You know, so all of this looks really, really good, except for that hair. Now I haven't taken any proper photos with them, obviously, because I just opened them. So we'll have to see how that goes. But not too bad. Hopefully we'll do a lot of poses where he's not looking like that, because God, that's almost blinding how bright that is. So, but overall, really, really nice sculpting detail. Paint is obviously very clean, but pretty decent job. Alright, taking a look at the articulation, it's your standard SH Figuarts stuff, but he actually moves a little better than the Darth Maul that we just went over. But either way, let's take a look at him. I try to keep this short. I know I run long, and by me telling you I'm going to keep short, it's making it go longer, so therefore we're going longer, so never mind. Let's get to it. So he's got the double joint in both the neck and the head, so he can look down quite a bit. He can look up. His ponytail does hinder that just a little, but you can kind of tuck it there. He does spin around, and he has some really great side to side. And the arm joint, they kind of have these butterfly joints with the cup that hides the articulation, so he can come forward a little bit, can go back, can get up, can get down. Arm can swivel all the way around and pop off, which is nice to see. And that just pops right back on. There is upper arm rotation right there. It kind of looks like a fold, so they hid that very well. Single jointed elbow, which gets up to about that far. No lower arm rotation, but the hands do spin, and they hinge either up or down, or you twist it and they can go in and out. Now on the waist, he does just have the single waist point of articulation here. Now this belt is a little loose. I can't tell if it's attached or not, or it's just very tight fitting. I think it's just very tight fitting. But either way, it does move around a little bit. But in the waist joint, you do have that one ball, so you can crunch forward that bit, which is pretty good. And go back just a little, but he does get some really good side to side, which is nice to see, and of course, swivel. In the leg joint, he does have the drop down leg feature, which allows legs to kick out that far. He can split to about there, kick back pretty good amount. He does have a little bit of rotation on that ball joint. Single jointed knee, which gets up to about there. No lower leg rotation. On the ankle, can point down, can point up. Does have ankle pivot, and of course the toe joint gets to there, and on his he can actually do a ballet point. Ta-da! Alright, so the articulation is pretty good. It's what we've come to expect from Bandai, and this is an early version, so they did really well. Everything on that, I don't have a point of contention with the articulation. Everything seems to work the way it's supposed to. Everything works pretty well, a lot better than the Maul that we saw, especially in the waist. He gets a lot better waist articulation there. This little piece of hair does not get in the way at all. So, really nice on the articulation. Okay, taking a look at the accessories, it's Bandai, it's SH Figuarts. We know we're going to get a lot of hands, even if some of those hands do absolutely nothing. We're still going to get a lot of hands. We have two heads. It's a little weird with these two head sculpts, and we'll take a look at that, and then you get the two lightsabers. So let's go ahead and take a look at the heads first, just kind of knock these out of the way. You do get the two heads, and both the paint and the sculpt and detail on these are the same, and they look great. Has that same weird gold in the hair. But looking at these faces, there's not a lot of difference. On this one here, his eyes are squinted a little bit and his mouth's open a little bit, like to go, oh, feed me. This one, he's just like, yummy, I just ate a burger. But they look nice. There's not much difference in these. I really wish sometimes on these heads they would make one a lot different, like really angry face, like we saw in the Mall. Really angry face. And then a resting face. These are so close together, I honestly don't know what the difference between them is. I probably won't use this one much, but this one, because it has a little more emotion to it. But either way, they both look fantastic. Going over the lightsabers, now he comes with his blue lightsaber, but then he also comes with Qui-Gon's green lightsaber. which I thought that was really cool to see, because he did have both of them, and you know, this is how he finished off Maul. So this was cool to see, but this is one of the parts that pisses me off. And it's not with Qui-Gon's lightsaber. His looks fantastic. And you look at the detail on here. Really nice with the red button. This looks really great. But this one's okay. It's this one. All right, taking a look at the hand that it goes into. All right, so on the newer versions, what they did is you just detach the blade from the hilt, put the hand in, put the blade back on, and that's it. On this one, you take off this tiny little peg end piece, like that. And you look at this, you can't even see how tiny this thing is. Then you put that into the hand, and then you put that piece back on the end. I'm gonna lose this, and you know anything about me, these small pieces I'm gonna lose. So this is gonna be gone before long, I can tell you that. But so I don't like the way that they did that on this one. And this hand's a little tight. Great, now it's not going to come out. God, ah. I'll get it out of there. Maybe that's permanently attached now. But either way, I don't really like the way that they did that one. I wish they had done with removing of the hilt. But either way, the lightsaber does look really nice. It does have some, again, really nice detail on there. So those look great. All right. He also comes, let me move this tiny little piece out of the way. He also comes with an unlit hilt that he can place right there onto that peg, so we can have it hanging off of him. So that's really cool. So we get that. One point of pissed off in this here, because that's gone. Now, the next point of pissed off in this, the hands. All right, so he does come with the two open force using hands. Does come with two closed fists. He does come with two other hands. One's like a hey, peace. And then he does come with this one more open splay type of hand. And then he comes with the two that you can hold the lightsabers in to get them dual wield. This is what pisses me off. All right, so he's got his little pegs. And if you look on most of these, you can see the hole is there. And it's pretty straightforward, right? Look at that. Tell me where the hell the hole is. That's what she said. Anyway, the hole is kind of up here, pointed towards the thumb, and you almost have to go, it's got the tiny little peg, little mushroom peg here. So instead of going straight in, you have to kind of go up and at an angle, but because the bottom of this hand comes down so far, it is damn near impossible to get these hands onto that body. It took me 5 minutes to swap out one hand, and I cursed more than I should have during a toy review. So I don't like that. So between this little piece on the end is what holds that, and then these hands, all the other hands, the holes are straight in and they're nice and easy to put on and off, even to closed fists. So I don't know why they did these hands that way, but it's annoying. I have this hand on him, and because it took me so damn long to get it on there, it's not coming back off. So it stays on there permanently. So that part annoys me. But great assortment of accessories, which is nice, but point of contention with me. Alright, and here he is standing next to the Darth Maul that we just took a look at. Being both of these are the SH Figuarts version, the scale here is really nice. I really like the size difference between these two. They both look fantastic, so these guys look great together. But I really do like this scale. Alright, and here is Obi-Wan, Darth Maul, both SH Figuarts with the Black Series Qui-Gon Jinn. This is where the scale kind of gets really thrown off. Qui-Gon is much taller than both of these guys. I know when I said I did a review earlier with Darth Maul next to this Qui-Gon, I'd like the scale, but now looking at it again, it really does look kind of off, and these are really kind of short. So mixing these with your Black Series in vanilla poses like this, not going to look great. In action poses, probably won't notice much of a difference, but together, I think they look pretty good. Alright, so my final thoughts? It's like a fart coming out of my head. Brain fart? Yeah, I do that a lot. Anyway, my final thoughts are, this is a pretty good figure, but it could be so much better. The sculpting looked great, the painting, all the details look great, and what we've come to expect. But it's those little things. It's like the gold in the hair, the way that they attach the hilt, the way that the hilt, the sword holding hand, the lightsaber holding hands don't quite peg in there. Little things like that, or they're probably going to make me not mess around with this guy too much, because I don't like being frustrated when I'm playing with toys. I play with toys to have fun, not to be frustrated. Nope. So, well, he looks great, and then once I get him in a pose and get him up on display, he'll probably just stay like that. I'll probably never take him down, just because of those few annoyances. And boy, he's wobbling. So they were close. They were really, really close with this one. Good job overall. Missed the mark on quite a few pieces, but those pieces that they missed the mark on really shifted over the edge towards me not really liking him too much. Mm-hmm. So maybe I'll have to get some of the older versions of them. Maybe those are done a little better. Yeah. We'll have to see. Hopefully a lot better, right, Savannah? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so what they look, not bad, look great on the shelf, is not fun to play with, that's for sure. Alright, so if you like this review, hit the like and subscribe button down below.
And turn on post notifications.
And turn on post notifications. And we will see you for our next review. Peace!